Time scams were pitched on Shark Tank. They come onto Shark Tank to pitch their grand idea, even though it's nothing more than a scam, and hope they can pull a fast one on the sharks. But the sharks are people with business experience, and they know how to smell a scam or terrible idea and call it out. We'll break these down for you. Stay tuned, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an upload from us. And with that being said, let's get straight into the video. Number 6. Squirrel Boss.
Next into the tank is Michael J. DeSanti with a product to discourage little thieves.
We'll start simply and then work our way up. Squirrel Boss is a squirrel-proof bird feeder that uses static shocks as a deterrent.
I am seeking $130,000 in exchange for 40% of my business. And my business is the Squirrel Boss squirrel-proof bird feeder.
The squirrels would then be discouraged from snacking on the bird food, which is technically a good idea, and it would have a market as many people deal with squirrels on bird feeders in their yards.
Squirrel Boss is the world's first interactive squirrel-proof bird feeder. Now we know squirrels are extremely cute, and they need to eat too.
It's not one that reads user-friendly or animal-friendly. Easily one of the most ironic parts of the pitch was all the sharks were willing to go and try out the Squirrel Boss's zapper, and they all got quite a shock as a result. So aside from ethical issues, what was the other major problem with the device? Well, you had to actually pay attention and activate the shock yourself when the squirrels were near the feeder.
Just press the remote control and deliver a harmless static shock correction that is similar to walking across the carpet and touching something.
Bam!
It tingles, but it doesn't hurt you.
If you wonder why that had to be the case, if you made it automatic, it would hurt the birds alongside the squirrels. The sharks did not like the fact that the Squirrel Boss was promoting animal cruelty. Laurie Grenier even described it as sadistic.
That's the whole thing when I said wears out his welcome, because squirrels need to eat too.
But that means I have to be watching the
That's
bird
our
feed.
second biggest objection that I get all of the time in public.
What's the first?
That you have to be watching.
Too expensive, and that's why I'm here.
But is this item a scam? Not in the literal sense, as it was a functioning product. However, he failed to mention that his product was reported to the Better Business Bureau.
Do you have a patent on it?
Unfortunately, I had the worst patent attorney on planet Earth. He was older than dirt. He was 15 years behind the current state of the law, so it was denied. We chose not to.
Was it denied because something else existed already like it?
No.
Which means they didn't approve of the device either, and yet he still tried to get the sharks to support him. Number 5, no phone.
And it's called phone addiction.
A recent report found that 79% of adults have their cell phones with them 22 hours a day.
If you wish to see a true scam on Shark Tank, look no further than the two guys who try to make a piece of plain old plastic the next big thing. Chris Sheldon and Van Gould refer to the product as the pet rock of our generation, but they also build it as a tool for helping phone addicts tune back into the real world.
But don't worry, sharks, we have the solution. Introducing
Ta-da.
the No Phone.
No phone.
They even said that the no phone is technically just a piece of plastic, but it's much more than a piece of plastic. We should also note that the price for this much more piece of plastic was $18. The no phone was harshly criticized by the sharks, and it's not surprising as
Have you
We're
tried going to a Spencer's or something like that?
We haven't done a lot of that. I mean, we both we're advertising guys.
No.
Really?
You're kidding.
So sales is not our expertise, and we will admit that. I mean, we look.
You wouldn't know by your numbers. You've made hundreds of dollars.
it's not really an item you can sell, or if anything, this is a DIY item that could be made for less than that. You could literally take a piece of plastic from something you had already bought and were going to toss away and use that as your no phone. Even viewers hated this pitch, further showing how much of a scam it was. The audience could see it was crap. Number 4, the Ionic Ear.
How much money are you looking for?
I'm looking for $1 million for a 15% ownership stake in the technology.
Our next item isn't so much a scam as it is a bad idea all around that the sharks refuse to touch. Darren Johnson went to Shark Tank with the Ionic Ear, a Bluetooth device that would be implanted just below your ear via surgery. In his mind, and his alone, it was a natural evolution of the product that were on the market at the time.
You know that just the natural rhythm, walking many times, and perspiration, the technology will fall off your ear.
The device would contain a microphone, a speaker, and a battery. When your battery runs low, you simply plug the AC adapter into the charging port, which is located conveniently inside your ear. As you can guess, the Sharks had a hard time taking this one seriously, and they all dropped out as soon as they understood what he was pitching.
You know what? I can sum up where I stand on this already. It's pretty disturbing, and it freaks me out. I'm already out.
But why was it an easy drop? Think about it like this. To get the device to work, you would need to willingly accept surgery to get it into your ear, which costs money to make happen. And then, should you need it to be fixed or upgraded, you'd need to have surgery to take it out and then back in.
Okay, you don't think.
Hang on, Sharif. Are you seriously? Like, seriously, a
It's
needle?
like a small Q-tip cylinder.
So you're paying way more for what the device is worth, just to have Bluetooth in your head. If you really wanted to put the scam label on it, you could note that he didn't have this approved by any medical practitioner, nor had he tested this device to show how it could work. It only worked in his mind, and that's enough for the Sharks to say no.
Evening, something, commensurate with something that's the size of a Q-tip or smaller
Something
to
that's
charge
the
it
size
every
of a
night?
Q-tip, a cylinder that delivers AC charge at a very trickle low
Darren,
voltage
I'm
level.
out.
Number 3. No-fly cone. There are different kinds of scams out there, and some are unintentional, such as ones that can do what they promise, but at a cost most aren't willing to pay in the metaphorical sense. The no-fly cone was a product that was basically a fly trap, but a better one, because it wouldn't let you see the flies that are trapped due to its shape. The flies are trapped in the dome, and it's easy to lure them in there, thus you don't have to worry about anything. Bruce Gaither seemed to be on his way to a deal, right? But there was one very stinky catch. The attractant for the no-fly cone is dog manure. Naturally, the Sharks were instantly repulsed by this notion, and eventually they ripped him apart and sent him packing. So yeah, it's not so much a scam as it is a bad idea someone came up with. We'll say the product did make it into stores without the Sharks, but once customers found out what was involved in making it work, they quickly put it back on the shelves. Number 2. Tycoon real estate. One of the dangers for the Sharks is that an idea can honestly seem reasonable and logical, and yet it's a scam long term. Other times though, people don't hide that they're doing scams and it leads to pretty funny moments. Tycoon real estate founder and CEO Aaron McDaniel pitched his real estate crowdfunding service as a way for average people to invest in real estate. Crowdfunding is the process of getting regular people to fund a project or do a deed. Sites like Kickstarter, Indiegogo, and GoFundMe are examples of this. Many will tell you it's a great way to bring people together for a common creative goal, and many excellent products have been put into the world through crowdfunding. But doing it with real estate, that's sketchy, which the Sharks picked up on instantly. Mark Cuban yelled that the idea was scammy. Barbara Corcoran thought it was spooky, and O'Leary asked McDaniel if he had a criminal record. Whether he did or not, we cannot confirm, but we wouldn't be surprised if he did. So yeah, he was sent packing too, and he in many ways was a reminder of why you don't always use crowdfunding for everything, because the biggest component of a Kickstarter is trust. That's why many people won't back others unless they know them, or can easily see that they've funded projects and fulfilled their promises with them. Number 1. The skinny mirror. What's the worst kind of scam? When you have a product that you feel is helping people and yet you're just hurting them or making them ignore the truth. Belinda James appeared on season 8 to sell the Sharks on the Skinny Mirror, a custom mirror targeted to women so that they could use it to look and seem skinnier. James valued the business at $1 million, asking for $200,000 in exchange for 20% of her company. There are many things we could say about this lady, not the least of which is her improper match skills on how much her business is worth. Plus, the product is fraudulent in its own right, but we couldn't tell her that. The Sharks did though. The Sharks criticized the product for not only perpetuating society body image issues, but also not even being particularly original. After all, there are funhouse mirrors that do this too, but those are for fun, not for maintaining an image. Shark O'Leary stated, "The truth is, you're lying to people. I'm out, but I also forbid any other shark from investing in this." The Sharks did just that, and no amount of fake smiling from Belinda could change things. And there you have it, everyone. A look at the times when the Sharks had to go toe-to-toe with scammers and called them out for their crap or antics. Which of these scams do you fondly remember the Sharks berating? Do you know of another scam that the Sharks had to call out for one reason or another? Do you think more scams like these will come across their stage? Let us know in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.